flat line.
Our listeners.
A little bit more coffee.
Well,
hey guys, welcome back to Sage and Stone Homestead. My name is Heather. So I thought about possibly not filming what I'm going to film today, but I think it's a really nice perspective, especially for those of you that are content creators yourself, to see kind of like moments of my life that I really don't show on camera because I haven't thought that they would be interesting, but I'm willing to bet that they probably are to some of you. This is kind of the back office stuff that I do. So I have quite a few orders to pack up. We have a website, SageAndStoneHomestead.com. We've got a few fun little merchy things. This is one of those things. So the first thing was the Calamity dishcloth. And then she also ordered a size 11 antler ring that Levi carved. So this is our little storage for Levi's antler work. You can see all the goodies in here. So there we go. White tail, size 11, goes right here. Got this bright cardstock that I'm going to stick in this bubble wrap with the ring so that it doesn't get missed. And then I'm packing something that a lot of you have not seen. So I had ordered some mugs that I don't necessarily love, which is why you have not seen them. I've offered them up to our members for free. I didn't get that many of them, so I didn't make them wildly available. Every order gets some Sage and Stone stickers. Gonna pull that off. I like to put cute little stickers on the shipping labels, so little goat is going on there. Up next, we have a Sage and Stone logo hat for William. These are really nice quality hats. So, super exciting. Our pre-order for the Amish canning book is in. This is pre-order number 1 that was started in October. I said it would take about 2 months to get in, and I was not wrong. So I've got them all now. Hopefully by the time that this airs, everybody who ordered on the first pre-order should at least have a tracking number. Most of the time, orders that are made online from our store are sitting on my porch for a half a day before the mail lady can come pick them up. I very rarely make postal runs because our local post office, is in the next town over, and they have very weird hours. It's like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's like prime time for me to be busy around here. So it's really nice that they have the pickup service. Now sometimes I will spend more to make one of the packages priority shipping just so I can get pickup. And actually the cost difference in doing that really does save me some money because I have less trips back and forth and I can get more accomplished here. I spend quite a lot of time here. This is my desk. It is messy. I don't know if you've noticed, but I am not the world's greatest housekeeper. I don't claim to be. I'm fine with that. But I spend a lot of time here. This is where I edit my videos. This is where I make comments back to you guys, answer emails, all the things. So I'm just on here right now looking at kind of the performance of the Vlogmas videos. They've been doing really well. This was Vlogmas day 2. And if you know much about analytics, you can see here that this flat line means that people are watching the whole thing all the way through, which makes me really happy. So for a little bit of perspective, I just sat here and edited the first half probably of the video that you are currently watching. Right now it's 3 minutes and 27 seconds long. It took me just about 25 minutes to edit that far. And this is a rough edit. I will have to go back over it, add in some, glitz to it. I'll add a little bit of Christmas music. I'll add some transitions. A lot of people don't understand that it's a lot more than just taking the camera with you when you go and do things. That part doesn't take that much time. Now, it is true that when you film yourself doing something, it makes that thing take a little bit extra time, but the real time consuming part about content creation is the editing. That also brings up an important question. I do all of my own editing, and it's for good reason. I feel like if I outsource my editing, and I'm not knocking anybody who does that, but if I did that, you as a consumer would lose part of me, because I want my content to be authentically mine, like through and through. So I plan to keep on editing my own content. Alrighty, so we are in the Homestead overflow shed, which has been a really great addition to our farm for several reasons. And one of those reasons is absolutely content creation and just having a space to be able to let my family exist in their home. And I don't have to disrupt them in order to create content or to get on calls. And today I'm actually going to be on my first podcast. So I'll be talking with Kevin and Lisa from 2 Acre Homestead. They have a podcast and a YouTube channel, and the topic of discussion is meat goats. So a lot of you know that I don't necessarily raise meat specific breeds. We do have a lot of goats here. They are mostly dairy goats, but in order to get dairy out of your goats, you need to have babies born relatively often, and sometimes the community just can't support buying all of those babies. So what do you do with them? Well, we eat them, and we've been encouraging people to do the same. If you don't have an option like that for excess goats, you can easily start keeping way too many goats in one area, and that's not healthy for the goats, and it can really be discouraging for the homesteader or the farmer or the goat keeper in general when things just really start getting expensive. That's a lot of mouths to feed, and our goat operation is able to be sustainable in the way that it is by using our excess dairy goats as meat goats. So this should be a fun conversation. So this is my setup inside of the shed. It's very basic. I sit on the floor, I prop my phone up against a box, and I get to business. Sometimes when you interview someone, they will give you a whole bunch of questions up front that they will be discussing, so you can kind of mull it over and think about your answers. And that did not happen in this situation, which I'm not mad about. I think it's really awesome. It just keeps the authenticity, and there's a lot of value in that. This is going to be on Zoom.
Hello. Good morning.
How are you?
Afternoon, I'm sorry.
It's definitely afternoon. I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm only barely on my second cup of coffee this morning, so. Actually, it was one of our listeners who referred us to you.
Really?
And so I see it.
That's amazing. I love that.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
So this episode is set to air January 25th.
Perfect. All right, guys, so it's a couple hours later, and that podcast episode was really fun. That was my first podcast to record. Levi was inside entertaining the children. We were really fortunate that they gave us a whole list of possible dates and times, and so I was able to schedule the podcast episode when Levi would be home, so I didn't have to worry about the kids. But we got a few packages in the mail today, and I thought it was perfect timing to go over these with you. These are very content creator related. The first one we are going to open is actually, I think, probably our first Christmas card of the year. By the way, if you have not met him yet, this is my husband, Levi. Say hi.
Hi.
He's here for a purpose, I promise. It's for the package that we're going to open at the end, which is the best. Oh, how sweet. Okay. This is not what I expected. Okay, so we've got some seeds. We will open the card as well. A Waltham butternut squash, all folded up in this parchment paper. Very sweet. Looks like we've got some zucchini. North Georgia candy roaster. This looks like another squash. It says cucurbita at the top. That's my clue that this is a squash. So it's like a little postcard on the inside. It says, "Thank you. This has been an amazing year, and I'm so thankful that we were able to share in it together." It says Mazel Custom Baskets. So I have not heard of them, but thank you for the seeds. So I ordered something actually a few weeks ago for really our homestead in general, but also for the channel. This is very branding related. That's cool. So it's going to be backwards.
You'll be able to see it with the glare,
See what that is? Well, that's why I brought out my trusty silly putty, so I could show you what this stamp is going to look like. So this is, I don't think you can see, this is like reverse engraved. I don't even know what you call that. It sticks out. It's a stamp. So our logo, we can push this into like soaps, salves, lotion bars, things like that, and get a little imprint of our logo. That came out very good. You can absolutely tell that's our logo.
That's perfect.
Sometimes our logo is a little bit hard to finagle because there are some tiny details, but you can even see the grass underneath the goat and the rabbit in this. So that makes me really happy. We could do beeswax bars too.
Yep.
So you heard me talk a little bit earlier in the video about how we got these custom mugs order and I don't really love them. So from this angle, they look pretty good. This is really what I was hoping for. Except when you turn them, you can see that this little emblem here that is on the mug is an afterthought. It's just sort of stuck on there with I don't know what, and there's actually gapping between the medallion and the mug. And when you're drinking things, you know, and using the dishwasher or even hand washing, you know things are gonna get stuck down in there. So I have not been super happy with this design at all. The price was very good, but the quality just wasn't there for me. It's really not something that I wanted to just blast our brand out on. And so we are not going with this kind of mug, but I think it was Carmen, it was one of our subscribers, suggested to us to go with Sunset Hill Stoneware. So we got some samples from them and we're about to open those up. Is it mine?
Yeah, look at the print.
Holy cow. Wow. So we have a couple different styles that we decided to sample. And this is the one that I really like. This is actually smaller than I thought it was going to be. We'll definitely have to fill this up a couple times a day, but you can tell here that the emblem is part of the mug. That is what I was hoping for. And this lovely glaze that's on the outside is part of the design here. It's embossed in our logo. Wow, that's pretty. It could be bigger, not gonna lie. I can see what I've been talking to the members of the channel about this for quite some time, and they said, Heather, we need coffee, like lots of coffee. So this is why you order samples. We've got one more style that we wanted to check out. Wow, show them that one. That one's bigger by a lot, so many ways.
Much more coffee.
The logo's bigger on that one too. Like, look at it. The like stamp is bigger. Side by side, that's some coffee right there.
That's a good coffee mug.
This one is technically a beer stein, and this one is a little coffee mug. Nice and solid. Super substantial, and I love the glazing on this.
So the second company that we went with is definitely more expensive, but a couple of the reasons we wanted to go with this company, assuming our samples came back at a satisfactory quality, is they are handcrafted and made in the USA. They're also dishwasher, microwave, and oven safe. So they're sturdy, stout.
Durable, many uses. You could make your mug cakes in these.
You could make mug cakes in these.
Bonus. So this kind of thing, as far as being available to the public, to you guys, is quite a ways off. These samples it was about 4 weeks for us to get the samples in. They did tell us that it would be about 12 weeks when we did a full order. Now, there is a minimum on these, and so it's going to take us a second to save up in order to put down what is needed to order a minimum of 25 of each of these. So in the comments, it is not you committing to buying one of these, but just let us know which style is your favorite. Pretend that this one is a little bit bigger, because I do think that I would want the mug to hold just a little bit more coffee. Let us know which one you like better, and I'll see you guys again soon.